The pounding on my door cuts through the darkness like a scream. My eyes snap open and I jolt upright in bed, heart racing before my brain even wakes up. For a second, I have no idea where I am. Then I see the red numbers on my alarm clock. 5 a.m. 3 more hard knocks shake the door and my stomach drops. Nobody comes to your place at this hour with good news. I throw off my blanket and swing my legs over the side of the bed. The floor is cold under my feet. I live alone in a small apartment in Seattle. Just me, my things, and the quiet. After my breakup 3 years ago, I decided I liked it that way. No surprises, no drama. Just my routine, my job as a data analyst, and nights where I can hear the rain on the windows. This is not part of that plan. I grab my phone from the nightstand like a shield and walk toward the door. My old gray t-shirt hangs off one shoulder. My sweatpants are wrinkled. My hair probably looks like a bird made a home in it. I do not look ready for visitors, especially not at 5 a.m. The knocking comes again, louder this time. "I'm coming," I call out, my voice rough from sleep. The hallway light outside my apartment has been half dead for months. The building manager keeps saying he'll fix it and never does. When I press my eye to the peephole, I only see a blurry shape. Too tall to be a kid. Too still to be drunk. "Who is it?" I ask. My hand hovers over the lock, but I don't turn it yet. My neighborhood is not the worst, but it's not the best either. Random visitors at this hour usually mean trouble. There's a long pause. For a second, I think maybe whoever it is left. Then I hear a voice I know, only it sounds wrong. Shaky, thin, almost broken. "Nathan, it's Victoria." My brain freezes. Victoria, as in Victoria Brennan, as in the CEO of the entire tech company where I work. The woman who runs all-hands meetings with 200 people in the room like it's nothing. The woman whose name is on every big email. The woman people lower their voices around in the hallway. That Victoria is standing outside my apartment. At 5 a.m. I unlock the door fast and pull it open. The sight in front of me knocks the air out of my lungs. She looks nothing like the powerful woman I see at the office. Her blonde hair is falling out of a messy ponytail. Her mascara is smeared in dark streaks down her cheeks. Her eyes are red and puffy like she has been crying for hours. The sharp green eyes that usually scan reports and spot problems in seconds look empty and tired. "Victoria," I say. I forget to call her Ms. Brennan. "What happened? Are you okay?" She doesn't answer right away. Her gaze moves over me, taking in my t-shirt, my bare feet, the half-awake mess I am. Then her eyes slide past me into my apartment, to the small living room and second-hand couch and stack of books on the coffee table. When she finally speaks, her voice is so soft I almost miss it. "Can I come in?" Every logical part of me starts yelling at once. This is my CEO. A woman so high above me on the company chart that we hardly ever speak. Letting her into my home alone at 5 a.m. feels like the start of a very bad idea. What if someone sees her? What if this is some kind of test? What if I screw this up and lose my job? But then I look back at her face, at the pain in her eyes, at the way her shoulders are pulled in like she is trying to hold herself together by pure force. And I can't say no. I step back and open the door wider. "Yeah," I say quietly. "Come in." She walks past me, and I catch the smell of expensive perfume mixed with something sour and heavy. Wine, maybe. Her heels click softly on the floor as she moves into my living room, but her steps are small and careful, not the strong stride I'm used to seeing at work. She stops in the middle of my tiny space and looks around. The thrift store couch, the old TV, the framed photos on the wall, the basket of clean laundry I never got around to folding last night. Suddenly I see my life through her eyes. My whole world could probably fit inside her walk-in closet. "I'm sorry," Victoria says, turning toward me. "I shouldn't be here. I don't know what I was thinking. This is completely wrong. I should go." She takes a step toward the door. Without thinking, I move and block her path. "Victoria, wait." I keep my voice low and gentle, the way I used to talk to my ex, Emma, when she came home after a bad day. "You came here for a reason. Whatever it is, you don't have to leave. Just talk to me." She stares at me for a long moment. I can see the fight in her eyes. Part of her wants to run. Part of her is begging not to. Then her shoulders drop and she lets out a slow breath. "I had a date tonight," she says. She lets out a laugh that has no joy in it. God, that sounds so stupid when I say it out loud. I'm 41 years old and I'm crying about a bad date like I'm 16. "Sit down," I say, pointing at the couch. "Please, let me make some coffee." To my surprise, she listens. The same woman who gives orders to hundreds of people sits on my cheap couch like she's afraid she'll break it. She perches right on the edge, her back straight, her hands folded tight in her lap. I go into the kitchen and start the coffee maker. The old machine rattles and wheezes, but the sound is comforting. I bought it after Emma left, when I was trying to rebuild my life with what little I had. It feels strange using it now for my CEO. "How do you take your coffee?" I call out. "Black, 1 sugar," she answers. Her voice sounds a little steadier now. I pour 2 mugs and bring them back. I hand one to her and sit in the armchair across from her. Not too close, not too far. "Thank you," she says. She wraps both hands around the mug like she's cold, even though the room is warm. She takes a sip and closes her eyes for a second. "This is good coffee," she says quietly. "Just grocery store stuff," I say, "nothing special." She opens her eyes and really looks at me. I feel like she's searching for something in my face. "His name was Marcus," she says suddenly. "Marcus Chun, venture capitalist, big office downtown, drives a Tesla, of course. We met at some networking event 3 weeks ago, right after my divorce papers were finalized." I stay quiet. Sometimes people just need space to let the words out. "We went to this fancy steakhouse," she continues. "White tablecloths, one of those places where you can smell the price. He spent 2 hours talking about himself, his money, his contacts, his opinions. Every time I tried to speak, he would smile, nod, and then keep going like I had never opened my mouth. I can see it in my head. Some guy in a perfect suit, proud of his own voice. Then during dessert, Victoria says, her voice dropping, he leaned in and told me he respected ambitious women. That it was. Attractive, honestly. But he said men still need to feel important. He said maybe, if we were in a relationship, he could handle the big decisions, and I could focus on the smaller things so I wouldn't stress about important things so much. Quote, my jaw tightens. I didn't throw my drink in his face, she says. I wanted to, but I didn't. I put down my fork, told him the evening was over, paid for my own meal, and walked out like the calm, professional CEO everyone expects me to be. Good for you, I say. And I mean it. Is it? She laughs again, but it breaks in the middle. Her eyes shine with fresh tears. Because I sat in my car for almost an hour after